Hello, it's me, and you know who it is. So my friend let me borrow this game called Star Fox Assault on Nintendo GameCube, and after having to make a quick GameStop run to buy a brand new Nintendo GameCube controller, since all of mine were smashed from playing too much Double Dash and Smash Brothers on the GameCube, I'm now here to talk about possibly one of the biggest games of the century for all the furries. Star Fox Assault for the Nintendo GameCube. Star Fox Assault is a Nintendo GameCube game developed by Namco, a developer so amazing that the only arcade game you'll find from them now in the arcade, if you find one, is Time Crisis 3, but then again that game was amazing, so yeah, you might also find a few Tekken games and maybe some old Mrs. Pac-Man Galaga combo unit because there's like a ton of them. But anyways, this was actually supposed to be an arcade game, but it was actually ported to the GameCube at the last minute, and any arcade nerd will instantly know which Sega game this game was trying to copy, and hint, it's on the Sega Model 3. The game features voice-acted cutscenes with voice acting on the level of the average DeviantArt furry fandom production, in which will make you wonder, if this was a professional video game, couldn't they have found better voice actors?
Remnants of Andross's butchers. You've kept us busy, but now your end is at hand.
No quarter! Show these dogs we mean business!
All ships, battle formation V. Break through the center. The Cornerian fleet has broken through our front lines. They're everywhere.
Think you're tough, eh? In that case, it's secret weapon time! Stealth Squadron, open fire!
Stinking ape! We underestimated the strength of his reserves.
Detecting gate transmission outside the combat sector. Great Fox? Command! This is Star Fox team!
Team Star Fox, ready for duty.
Leave these losers to the pros! We'll beat them in no time!
Thankfully, with the push of a start button, you can skip nearly all the cutscenes, and I'd advise you to do that for the sake of your sanity and your hearing. The gameplay is straight up garbage, with the number one problem with the game simply being the controls. The crosshair is not only very thin, which makes it hard to see if you're using composite instead of S-video, but the controls make it feel like you have no control over your aircraft whatsoever. It's like you're playing a guessing game with the controls, and you'll just end up throwing your controller out the window once you get frustrated when your ship isn't moving exactly the way you wanted it to because of this movement system. And no, I bought a brand new GameStop controller, so it's not the controller, and it's not my skill, since I can control the original Super Nintendo one, or even Star Fox 64 with that crappy N64 controller, much easier than this game. The music is very unfitting for this game as well. As compared to the extremely rad Super Nintendo soundtrack, Star Fox Assault only has random orchestra music. I mean, what is this? YIF Wars Episode 1 Attack of the Bat Google image search results? I mean, if you put the Super Nintendo soundtrack with this, it would fit much better. Yup, I think it sounds much better, because let's be honest here, it's more fitting with this type of game. When you want to shmup, you want this nice rad music, instead of, well, boring background stuff like with this. I mean, this isn't Star Wars Arcade, this is freaking Star Fox. At least the game runs at a smooth 60 frames a second, and that's really all I can say that's good about this game, because everything else about this game is just flat out garbage. Because let's be honest here, the game controls like crap. It's hard to dodge attacks when you're trying to shoot the one thing, because let's be honest here, there's only so much you can do with this poor control scheme, and that's what makes this game unplayable compared to like the old Star Fox on the Super Nintendo, which was a vastly superior game. Maybe Star Fox 2, I've heard some real good things about it, like how it was one of the best video games that got cancelled ever. All in all though, this game is pure garbage. I mean, you can play some of it, and the controls alone make this game garbage. There's more bad stuff with it, I've heard, but the problem with this game is, this game's just unplayable. I wouldn't recommend it. Don't buy this game unless you want your waifus to be in every video game you play. In which case, you might as well buy 20 copies of it, get a job as a surgeon, and then commission weird fan art of the characters instead of buying a BMW and a nice mansion. That's all I can really say about this game. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.